Hello everyone, Ilias Leonidas here, and we are in our part 9 of our Byzantium video series. We had just successfully taken the southern coast of Anatolia from Karaman, and now we have to do a lot of coring. Along with doing a lot of this coring, we have some overextension that we have to worry about. Unfortunately, it looks like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be close. We should be very, very close to this rebellion situation. Those are rebels in our client Ragusa. We're going to... You can get across at least. Yeah, we need everyone else to transport that way. So, we should, in theory, stop this overextension crisis from occurring. But if it doesn't, we're going to have to deal with some rebels rising up in our country. And we have to help Ragusa as they have rebels in their own country right now. Of course, as always, we have these Ottoman rebels that are potentially going to rise up. One thing I did forget about that we can do, especially because we've kind of catched up, or at least nearly caught up on tech, we can promote culture, and we're going to promote Turkish because they are the largest amount of minority culture we have in our Byzantine Empire, but along with the fact that they're the ones that keep rebelling the most. So I'm hoping if we accept them culturally, it should kind of ease some of this. I'm gonna try to harsh treat them when I get a chance. Ottomans become free nation? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna transport the rest of our men over there. Now the unfortunate thing is if this wonderful event fires for no real reason, even if our country's been relatively stable and alright, we will go into an absolutely terrible disaster, and we'll have to deal with that. We're gonna core Mentees. I forgot we got all this money back, so let's repay whatever loans we may have. We still have one more loan, so we're not able to repay that quite yet, but that is perfect because we have repaid most of the stuff. There's rebels here. There's rebels everywhere, unfortunately. But, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me because Mentees kind of was the core holder of this region. The Ottomans haven't really owned it forever, basically. But, oh well. Sometimes EU4, sometimes just very, very interesting and questionable. So we're going to hopefully be getting back a lot of our finances. We're going to mothball some of our forts. I'm going to keep the one down here because I think that's a lot of our rebel situation where it's going to occur at. And up here as well. We're gonna harsh treatment these Ottoman rebels. Hopefully knock them down. It gives us 2.2 years now, so it is a little bit better, but still not great. And we have a lot of other unrest going on. I may try to save up to see if we can get a boost, but I might want to save some of our stuff just in case. Ragusa's rebels went away. I think they won. Because this disaster looks like it's pretty much imminent at this point. Just looking real quick to see if we have any provinces that No, we don't have really any problems. We have a couple that are 15 or 16, but we don't have any that are like 20 or so. So we might hold off on really doing too much with them. QQ, who is our ally now, is attacking AQ along with Georgia. So it should be interesting. I think Georgia and the AQ will probably be able to take both of them out. Fortunately, I think Georgia will take that province from us. But it will be okay, relatively, because Georgia is only a short-term ally, and we will see about how long we will remain close allies. So the Ottomans, of course, already back to 80%, are ready to rebel yet again. So, yeah, I think this is pretty much inevitable that this will fire. We have 1 year until it would fire, but unfortunately, these are not going to end too much before that. So the key date is September. All 4 of these should end. So that would give us 16 plus 6, so 22. So that should give us 31 decrease. So that should actually save us. But we'll see. I'm going to hold on to some of our attack and different things just to make sure. I'm also going to... Actually, I'm bringing both my armies over here into the Ottoman areas so we can suppress this a little bit more. We're going to harsh treatment. Again, not ideal wasting, but we don't have much of a choice. Okay, it's going to be close. We'll see once some of these cores go through. We can lose stability or we can lose legitimacy, which is great on both fronts. We can recover the legitimacy for now. It's not great that it's low, but we can deal with it. 97.5. We dropped to 38%. We dropped to 30%, but we need one more before it gets there. 98%. Both these are very close to being done. The Ottoman rebels are back. We managed to do another core, and we just stopped. That's so nice. We just stopped that event for firing. We're gonna boost and try to core the rest of these provinces. It says we can convert, but obviously there's gonna take so many months, and it's just a waste of money for us right now. Gonna get another province here soon. That makes me so happy that we avoided having that disaster. That means we can recover a lot better and a lot quicker now. Karaman has an allyship with Lithuania. I do not understand. Oh, it's because they rivaled us. So they hate us and Bohemia. Bohemia does not really want us. We're still friends with Wallachia. Ooh, Hungary likes us. So does Austria, actually. Those are both 2 good allies to have. We have our Muscovy ally already. That's good, as along with our QQ ally. I think we're still over... Yeah, we're over relation limits. And I think the country that I want to get rid of is actually Circassia first. Because they're not really super important to us. So we're going to dissolve this alliance. Unfortunately, it still means we have too many relations. We could break our marriage with them, but unfortunately that would lead to a couple different things. The Ottomans would rebel, but only at 10k, so I'm tempted to let this happen. And pretty much all of our rebel situation is going to occur down here. So what we're going to do is actually move all of our troops back down south here. And we're going to let a lot of these rebellions kick off. It'd be great to catch up on manpower, but I'm sure if we can catch these rebels early enough, especially with the general, we should be able to be alright. Financially, we're looking pretty good too. We're on our way back to repaying some of our loans. I mean, our only loan. And once we get that done, financially, our situation will be great. We have about 26 or so thousand. 25. So we're back to full strength for the first time in a very, very long time. So I'm really happy to see that. We're going to move our troops here to Teke, or TK. And we're pretty much going to let a lot of these rebellions, luckily, are very, very far away in terms of years. We're going to core this last province. Our corruption's growing, that's fine. Truce will expire. Disputed succession, not the most important. We have a claim that is set to expire. I did not realize I had a claim on that. So it would have been nice to take it, but luckily since we didn't go too far over extension, we were able to avoid that disaster. So I think I'm okay with this as a result. Georgia, still fighting. AQ, the QQ just ate up the southern part of AQ, but that is okay with us. I wonder, they hate Georgia, Karaman, and AQ. So it isn't necessarily the most helpful for us. The QQ alliance would actually be really beneficial if only they were the same religion as us, so we could have a royal marriage and maintain a closer tie easier. I'd rather have them as an ally than Georgia even, just because Georgia is kind of in the way of some of this prime expansion for me. And I kind of really want to try to control the Black Sea. Definitely our main primary goal is here in Anatolia, but while we wait and while we try to expand, be nice to take some other territories. So we are way below what we could be achieving force-wise, and we don't have any cannons in our army, so let's build 3. I think that would be a good start. We don't want to have too many cannons, but I think that's a good number for now. We're making a decent amount, plus 2 ducats, 2.25 ducats a month. I'm going to mothball this fort now. We're no longer in danger. Up there, let's just gain corruption, I guess. I'll keep this fort on just because pretty much every province here is probably going to have a rebellion, and since we have our manpower back and our forces, our forces should be double any of these rebellions that do pop up. We're just going to handle them that way. That way it's easier to kind of crush those rebellions too. Our money did drop significantly after building 3 cannons, but that's okay. They're really important to have. Gonna build another men, get another infantry regiment in there. We're gonna want to try to build up as quick as we can to our full strength. We can adopt another idea which would reduce our vassals' liberty desire and would also give us this. How far are we behind in tech? We're only about 1 tech behind, which isn't too bad. It's not ideal that we're behind, but it's not the worst thing. We can catch up like we did in the previous parts. This would be a nice one to have. Plus 10% stability cost. This is also a good one. I forgot about how good. I really like Byzantine ideas. I'm not sure if it's necessarily the strongest, but it definitely has some ones that are pretty valuable. our rebel situation still going on, just kind of waiting for that to pop off. Just watch our finances. There we go. You have the Ottomans rebelling, plus Serbian troops are there, so we handled it pretty fine. Let's look at where our next rebels are probably going to happen in Aden. Yeah, these four are all going to occur, literally, pretty much these two and these two. Sauron will occur right here, so literally every one of these provinces has a chance of rebellion. And then Crimea is the only oddball out, but that's going to be 20 years away. So what we're going to do is bring our forces up here to Aden. Just kind of sit up here. We can make a state of the Cyprus region, which is perfect. And we should be able to take that as well. Genoa is unfortunately just right here, blocking us from having a nice big state. Oh, the Ottomans. The Ottomans are back in existence. They must have broken away from... No, Georgia didn't take that land. They either broke away from Karaman or they broke away from what was left of AQ. And AQ is just now one tiny little province with no allies. Poor little AQ. Well, we have the Ottomans here. They're in the province of Rum. We might look into eating up this Ottoman forces. It would drag the Karaman into a war with us, but that's not the worst thing. This, unfortunately, this Lithuania situation is not ideal. And unfortunately, right now, they wouldn't mess us up, but we cannot handle -5 and +5 war exhaustion. So, ironically, right now would be the perfect time to strike again, but we gotta wait. I think we have to wait quite a while, actually. 1519, yeah, we got 8 more years before we can go to war with them again. Wallachia is at war with Hungary, Austria, and Mazov, with the other Polish kind of kingdom going on. There's Bohemia, Wallachia, Magdeburg, and a couple smaller HRE miners. Mantua wants access. I don't understand why you want access through us. We're going to decline because I just don't want another relation, because we already need to break a relation as is. We still have this royal tie, we do. I think what we're going to do... We lose only 1 prestige, which isn't that big deal, but we lose 1 stability. But this is costing us... Yeah. But I think it's costing us 1, so we'd only be saving 1 dip tech and be losing 1 stability. I'm going to hold off on it for now. We're not that far behind on dip tech. We're probably about 1.5 behind, so that's not too bad. Imminent rebel situation in Aden and Mentees. That is totally fine. We're just gonna crush both of them. Take care of all of our rebel situation down here. Wallachia is not looking good for you. Bohemia, though, is conquering Austria. Gonna core this and get all of this. Just perfect. No, we don't really want any part of you, papacy. Aragon is allied with the papacy, but who? They are at war with Genoa. Oh, so that's why they want access. Milan, Genoa. I wonder. Unfortunately, France and Albania. Albania isn't as scary because I think Skanderberg is dead now. But France is the big issue there. Is France at war with... No, France isn't at war. Wow, the papacy ate up some of Provence. Or, yeah, Provence still exists. They ate up some of them. So it's Lucca, Genoa, and Mantua versus the Papacy, Milan, and Ravensburg. So that's actually a pretty... Yeah, I'm not sure exactly who's going to win that. So we denied them, but I think you should have accepted it. Wasn't paying attention. Milan asked for access. We'll give Milan access. That'd be perfect. That's a nice event. So occasionally good events occur instead of all the terrible ones. Financially, we're still doing pretty well. I keep building up. Keep getting a larger force limit. We're about 9 ships below our naval capacity. And that's important because our 2 biggest rivals that remain are Venice, Genoa. Karaman is our third other rival, but these 2 guys still exist and they're huge naval powers. So we always need to try to maintain at least a decent navy. I wish I could go after Karaman. Unfortunately, Cyprus is now a vassal of the Mamelukes, which is not great. They have several different little vassals. We still have this little province. I forget about it from time to time. Circassia. It's probably one day going to be joined. So unfortunately, Georgia and us won't be friends forever. But we'll see when that happens. We can give autonomy or we can use administrative. Let's just do the autonomy. Circassia. Wow, Circassia is all by themselves. So we got rid of our alliance and Muscovy must have done the exact same thing. Yep. So Circassia is going to get eaten up, unfortunately for them. Financially, we're still doing really well. Still making a decent amount. Actually, in fact, let's cut our fleet maintenance because we do not need it right this very second. And no, I don't think... We could mothball this fort, but let's just leave it. Again, the rebels can really only attack at least our land through here, and then they might attack some of the neighbors, but that's okay. Oh no, and Wallachia just pieced out of that war and lost a good amount of territory. That is not good. Ooh. That is not good for Wallachia. But also is not good for Wallachia because now they are not really strong anymore. And not to be cruel, but when you have a weak ally, it's best to not maintain a weak ally. Moldova is actually looking a little bit stronger, so I'm tempted. Because I don't have cores on these anymore because I gave them up, but this would complete my Bulgarian province other than little Bulgaria itself, but it might be nice to take these 2 provinces off their hand, and if I could make an alliance with Moldova, unfortunately they're allied with them right now, but it'd be nice if I wouldn't mind feeding them this territory. Wow. Maybe it was a good idea that Wallachia gave up that war, because now they have only lost 1 province. Oh, that war must have ended, and Bohemia must have forced them to give this back to them. Interesting. I'm so tempted since they're at war, but unfortunately, I just can't. Fighting France is just too much. we're going to start building a spy network here. We may try to go this route, attack the Turks, and then take their land, and then maybe take probably this province here, so we connect everything, and then maybe one here, so we basically encircle. But we will see. Circassia, not looking good. Looking like it's the end for them. And I would be building more troops, but I just want to get enough money to pay back this loan first. That way, pay back the very last loan that we have, and then we're good to go. Luca wants mercenaries. I'm sorry, Luca, but it's not going to happen. Wow, Luca is actually... it's probably the biggest I've ever seen it. I mean, it's only 3 territories, but it's actually an impressive little swath. So we just had rebels rise up here in Mentees. Should be no problem. Should go take care of them. Artillery costs plus 20%. That is not great, but it's not that bad. That's perfect. We only lost about 3,000 or so. We're still doing pretty well. We're finally having manpower back, which is such a welcome sight. Savoy wants access, so we'll give them access. Circassia is dead, so that explains it. So since Circassia is dead now, we can at least get a little bit more dip, so we're not suffering as much of a penalty. Sorry, I paused here. I'm very interested. Let's build a spy network right away and see if we could possibly come in and take Circassia and this little coastal province here. Whatever expansion, however we can get it, no matter where, it'd be perfect. Especially because we are really starting to do perfectly fine. We can ask Georgia for something. We can ask them for money, different things. Let's just do prestige. More prestige will help us increase this legitimacy we have. It's kind of abysmal right now. Hungary, in a real bad civil war, or whatever is going on there. Okay, I think this will be about it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from the channel, please subscribe. We'll catch up in the next part. We'll see if we can expand into maybe what used to be Circassia or somewhere else. Awesome day, week, night, whatever. And ciao for now. And ciao for now. Ciao for now.